Okay, so in continuation, we have some variables on the board right now. I hope you people are seeing it. Please don't mind the way I place the camera, at least you can see everything here. Now, the first column here, the first row here, we have the area of the number, which is, we have 9 variables, 9 items here. 1, follow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these are 9 students. This column here, these are 9 students, 9 persons, and these 9 persons, they are trying to check out their performances in two variables, and see how they correlate, how the relationship between x and y can be determined. If you remember what he taught in the previous class about using the 2 methods to compare or to compute, either the Pearson method or the product method, if you can still recall. So what he taught us to this evening was to use the rank order method, that is the Pearson method, that is the use of the rank order, because this one we are going to be attributing positions to them, first, second, and third. That is the rank order. So the first student got 95 in x. Let's just assume that this variable x is first test in mass, and then this y is the second test in mass. So we are trying to check the relationship between first and second, that is x and y, and then see if we can be able to attribute the relationship between both variables and how it has affected a child's performance, if the child is improving or not. So in the first test, Juliet got 95. In the second test, Juliet got 76. In the second test, the course rep got 90. In the second test, the course rep still made 78. In the third test, Mama Lois got 85, and the second test she got 77. Which other person will I use in our department? Okay, the next one, Ebo Chinanye, she got 80 in the first test of math, and then in the second test of math she got 71, and so on and so on and so forth. So this is the first test and this is the second test. So if there is any increment or depreciation in scores, we are going to know if there is an improvement or if there is a positive or negative, or that is inverse. Now, according to our lecturer, he said we should come over to this place, we should total it, that is sigma x, that is the total of x, all the variables here, all the items here will give us 675. We bring it down here. We come over here, all the total, that is sigma y, the total figure you have here, 70, come back here, 95 plus 90 plus 85 plus 80 plus 75, 70, 65, 60, 55. When you total all these variables together here, it will give you 675. Likewise, all the variables here, it will give you 675. The repetition of these variables is by coincidence. Okay, now we come over to Rx on this other side. Rx simply means the rank order of x, that is variable x, that is the first test. So let's see, now between the 9 persons in our department, in our batch, between the 9 persons, how many people got 95 in the first test in mathematics? It is only Juliet. Juliet scored the highest and she's the first person. She came first in the first test. Now the second position, the course rep got 90. He came second. Are you people following this thing? Now 85, Mama Lois, she came third. 80, Ebo came fourth, and so on and so forth. That is how we keep on attributing their positions. Those of us that are teachers, the same way that we give positions in classes, that is how we are going to place it for the rank. Rank means first, second, third, fourth, fifth. The same pattern we followed here, that is the same pattern we followed here to get this other one. Now if you check here, now what is the highest figure between 76 and 74? The highest figure is 79. And this person, number 6th person here, came first. That is the second test in mathematics, came first position. He came first. Now the second figure, the second nearest to 79, 78, he came second. Then the next, we have third, which is the next. After 78, you have 77. Then the fourth, we have 76, until, that is how you assign the whole positions, until you get to the last person. So this person came lowest. The lowest in the second test is 71, and that is the 9th position. Now we get to the next column now, which is Rx minus R1, which is the D, we call it the difference. The difference in Rx and Ry, this is how we achieve it. Now, the lecturer told us that we subtract the variable of Ry from Rx, it will give you this. You follow it consistently. Now, 4, you subtract it from 1, it will give you -3. Follow up. If you subtract 2 from 2, it will give you 0. If you subtract 3 from 3, it will give you 0. 9 minus 4, it will give you -5. 5 minus 5, it will give you 0. 6 minus 1, it will give you 5. 7 minus 7, it will give you 0. 8 minus 8, it will still give you 0. 9 minus 6, it will give you 3. We are moving further to the next step. Now we have d squared means d times d. D appearing 2 times, the multiplication sign. Those of you that know board maths, our mathematics teacher in the group, so you're going to tell us more about this aspect and also to teach others. I'm only giving the background, I'm not the mathematics teacher, I'm an English teacher. So d2 means -3 multiplied by -3. That is d, this particular column. This particular column in 2 times you multiply together. -3 times -3 multiplied by -3, it will give you plus 9. To give you plus 9, so we just write down 9 there. 0 times 0 is 0. 0 times 0 0. -5 times -5 will give you plus 25. Then 0 times 0 is 0. 5 times 5 is 25. 0 times 0 is 0. 0 times 0 is 0. 3 times 3 is 9. Don't forget, d squared simply means one variable multiplied by the other variable will give you all the figures here. This times this, you get this. 0 times 0, you get this. That is how in 2 times you multiply each variables with each other. That is how you're going to get that side. Now the next aspect now is you sum sigma, you sum d squared together. Summation of d squared, what will it give you? The total of all the variables here is going to give you 68. The total of all the variables here will give you 68. I repeat, the total of all the variables here is going to give you 68. So there was this formula he gave us, and the formula, let me tilt the board over to this side a little bit so you see what is going on. Now he gave us, the lecturer gave us this formula, which is watch please, which is RHO equals to 1, a mighty 1, minus, we have 6 sigma d squared all over n, in bracket open, n raised to the power of 2 minus 1. So this is the formula. This is the formula that he gave us. I hope you are seeing the board very well. Okay, so that is the formula that he gave us. RHO, if you remember this symbol is for rank order that he taught us in the previous class. So we have 1 minus 6 sigma d squared all over n, in bracket open, n raised to the power 2 minus 1, bracket close. So we are going to fill in the variables now. Therefore, we say 1 is constant, minus 6 is, he generated the formula and it is constant. This is the constant way of computing the correlational research using the RHO, that is the rank order. This is a constant formula. So all we need to do is to replace those missing variables amongst here. So 6 is constant, multiply, what is summation d, that is sigma d squared. We bring in 68 over here. Summation d squared over there, the formula. We bring in 68. That is 68. 6 times 68. Are we seeing what is going on there? All over. We have n. What is our n? Come back over here. We have n. Our n is the number. Number, that is the SN. The number, how many students in our department are we assessing or trying to see the correlational research or the correlational connection between their first test and second test in maths. So we are using 9 people in our department. So the number that we are checking their dual variables, we have 9 in brackets. This same 9 multiplied by 2, n squared is 9 times 9. N, whenever I see n, that formula, that means there are 9 people we are conducting this research on. Are you following it now? So this n raised to the power 2, 9 times 9 is 81 minus 1. You close the bracket. So therefore, still the same 1 minus 6 times 68, you have 408 all over 81 minus 1 is 80. So what we have is 9. This bracket means multiplication now. 9 times 80 then equals to 1 minus 408 all over 9 times 80. What will you have? You have 720 equals to this big one. 408 divided by 720. What will it give us? It will give us 0. Our minus sign will still be there. Please follow up. It will give us 0.56. Now when you minus 1.56, when you minus 0.56 from 1, what it will give you? It will finally give us 0.433. So this is the connection between the first test and the second test of 9 students in our department. This is the connection. And if you check it, the interpretation, it is between, if you remember what he said in the previous class, that the correlational research is in 3 levels. We have the positive, that is +1. If it is positive, then it is perfect. If it is 0 correlational, then there is no relationship at all. Then if it is negative, that is -1, it is an inverse. So that simply means it ranges between -1 to +1. So if you check this variable here, it is between 0. It is centered around 0, which simply means the interpretation is there is no relationship between the first test and the second test of 9 students in our department. So this is where I'll stop for now. Okay, if there's any other further questions, please contact those who were in class and also try and get the textbook. I will stop here. Thank you and God bless you.